10,000 Feet is a resource and project portfolio planning solution that allows you to see and act on critical data about your team's capacity across your entire portfolio of work. The simple and powerful design of our software makes it easy to build the best team for the job, keep project schedules and budgets on track, and confidently forecast business needs with real-time reporting. 10,000 Feet empowers organizations to build the best team for the job. It's all about the people. Smartsheet empowers those teams to move from idea to impact fast. Today I'm going to show you a demo of 10,000 Feet and how it can work for your organization. The 10,000 Feet approach to resource management starts with people. Finding the right person for a project is a nuanced job. It's about which teams work best together, or who has the right skill set, or who would be most interested in the work. Of course, sometimes it's also just about who's available. This is the People Portfolio page. From this view, you can see everyone in your organization and some of the properties you're storing about them. Often, important information about team members is buried in HR tools, but these details are critical for day-to-day decision-making. This can be things like who someone reports to, or which office they're in, or whether they're a full-time or full-time employee or a contractor. In 10,000 Feet, you can create custom lists. Here's an example of a list that shows my project management team. You can filter to a specific group of people, and you can save these views, like my organization teams or my team here, so you can easily pull up everyone from a specific team, department, or location. Or you can see if people fit certain criteria, like skill sets or their office status. The People Portfolio view gives you one place to see a directory of your entire company and customized lists of people-based data that matter most to your business. To make both day-to-day and strategic operational decisions, teams need to have visibility into their entire portfolio of work. We know it can be really hard to plan for the future when you don't understand the past. So this is the 10,000 Feet project portfolio page, where you can see an entire portfolio of all the projects across your organization. It lists all the projects in 10,000 Feet, past, present, and future, and all the data about those projects. Just like the People Portfolio page, this data can be qualitative or quantitative, and you can search, filter, and organize this list based on things like project dates or project manager. Here's an example of a saved view that shows my healthcare projects. Saved views make it easy to focus on what matters most. So, for example, a project manager from your team could pull up a list of all the work for one stakeholder, organized by start and end date. Or maybe someone in business development wants to see all of the work for a certain type of industry. I think I have industry in here too. Industry is healthcare. The project portfolio gives the context so everyone can accurately understand what's happening across the business, past to future. It's really all about getting the big picture context in 10,000 Feet. The people and the projects in your organization come together in one view on the people schedule, so you can dynamically resource your team. Dynamic resource management gives you a complete picture of all the moving parts, so you can plan ahead and spot potential issues before they become a problem. From this view, you can look across project timelines for all your projects to ensure that people aren't over or underbooked on their work. If a change is needed, you can make updates on the fly. Let's take a look at the menu. This is the menu where I can make adjustments, I can filter, I can see groups of people. The people who are doing resource management can use the schedule to make decisions about who can take on new work, who's available, or under or over capacity. Using the availability sort, I can sort most available people to the top. For example, for next week, I can see who could be resourced on a project that I need to staff. Using the availability sorting and custom filters, you can quickly sort the most available people from a specific department to the top, and then change the time frame to see what you need. Availability is only one component of resource management. Yes, you want your team to be well utilized across your business, but you also need to ensure you have the right people with the right skills on the right projects. And when things change, as they always will, you occasionally need to reassign work to people who match based on shared properties like skills or location. Here I can see these are people like Andrea, also based in the Austin office. Vince or Andy could be a good fit for reassigning. Let's take a look at the availability heat map. I'm going to go back to sorting by name, and then I'm going to view the allocation heat map. Using the allocation heat map, you can pinpoint the weeks or months. I'm actually going to change the scale here to month view. You can pinpoint the weeks or months in the year when things are forecasted to be busy, or you can see hotspots or places where people might be available. This allows you to forecast hiring needs to ensure you have the right skills at the right time. Dynamic teams require simple yet dynamic resource management. And the 10,000 Feet People schedule lets you efficiently find and schedule the best project team, resolve staffing conflicts, and really forecast your hiring needs. Your entire portfolio of projects is also available on the project schedule. So you can see here I'm on the people view, and I'm going to go to the project view of the schedule. Just like the people view, the project schedule is scrollable, and a project manager can use this view to see a list of all the work for one client or one stakeholder group organized by start and end date. You can also filter the schedule by any of the properties associated with your projects, like industry or client or project owner. If you need to review who's working on each project, you can expand and collapse these rows. So for example, I can see all the people here working on this lunar bottle packaging project. If things change or a project goes on hold and you need to kind of adjust the priorities of your project, you can actually shift this entire project with all of its assignments into the future. And when you do that, you can see the implications. So if I shift, there's the project shift dates. You can see the implications of the staffing using a utilization report. So when you move the project, what does it do to the capacity of your team? 10,000 Feet lets you see all of the project timelines on the project schedule, so you can confidently forecast your pipeline of work and really understand what's coming up next. When things change, it can be tough to keep everyone across the team in the loop. Everyone in your organization has a personal dashboard, so they can see how they're scheduled on work and review any of those scheduling changes. They can use the dashboard to see how they should prioritize their time this week and what they should focus on for the next 30 days. Team members can also track time and expenses from their dashboard. The 10,000 Feet timesheets are pre-populated with scheduled hours from your projects. This is not only to make it easy for people to track time, but also to make sure that you communicate the plan to those team members right on their timesheet. If they work according to the plan, they can quickly confirm their hours, or they can adjust their timesheets to record what they actually did. We've heard from many teams that the most valuable part of 10,000 Feet timesheets is their simple and clean design. This removes obstacles from really an already fraught process, because most people really hate doing timesheets. Once a team member updates their hours, so Davin can go in here and he can update his time to say, he worked 2 hours on this project on Wednesday. Once a team member updates their timesheet, project managers have an accurate view of what was planned, and they can see what was planned versus what actually happened. This is critical because teams are able to spot and address potential issues early on before they become real problems. With 10,000 feet, your team can spend more time doing and less time tracking what they do. 10,000 feet's effortless time tracking makes it easy for your team to submit hours and really stay focused on the work that matters. It also gives you an accurate data, so you really understand what it takes to deliver your projects. Every project in 10,000 feet has a dashboard. Let's take a look at one of these. The project dashboard and the project brief outlines the scope and the client or the stakeholder outcomes in the project description. There's the overall budget and the real-time budget burn. I can see exactly what I've incurred in time or in money on a project, as well as the project team, who's working on this project. This really helps to give the team and the stakeholders a context of, what is this project really about? So let's say you have someone join the project when it's already underway. This happens all the time. Somebody comes into your company and they are joining a team of people working on projects that have already started. The project brief helps you catch new people up to speed so they can understand the necessary moving parts of both the project plan and how it's actually progressing. And the idea here is you're not overloading them with the nitty-gritty details that don't really matter or they don't need. The project brief is designed to be the hub for a project, so everyone can get on the same page and stay there throughout the lifetime of a project. On the project dashboard, you can also see a timeline for just this project. What is the schedule of the work and the staffing and the phases for just this project? If you need to make an adjustment to the plan, you can see the impact of moving a phase or reassigning a resource right on the budget and right on the project timeline. So Smartsheet may be the place where all the work happens, the day-to-day, the task execution, the communication, the collaboration. But 10,000 Feet's visual project dashboards show how work is progressing at a high level and communicate the plan versus actual time spent. We believe that giving the team more context into the project team, the timeline, the expectations, and the deliverables will result in stronger project outcomes and happier project stakeholders. Reporting in 10,000 Feet gives organizations access to all the data collected in the software about their projects and people. So let's take a look at analytics. So when I go to the Analytics tab, the real focus here is creating new reports. So I'm going to click on New Report, which is going to take me into the reporting side of 10,000 Feet. Now the reporting side is quite flexible, so I'm going to show you two examples of reports that I think can really be powerful in helping you make decisions and answer questions about your organization. Keep in mind that the reporting in 10,000 Feet is essentially a pivot table. So you can pivot your data across different timeframes or across different groupings to be able to really understand what's happening with your organization. So the first example is looking at, because 10,000 Feet helps you track both people and projects, the time and fees reports allow you to review plan versus actual hours. So one example is I'm going to choose to see all hour types, and then I'm going to look at last month, and I want to look at this group by project. So I'm looking at hours worked last month, organized by project. Now I can see all the project names listed. I have hours incurred, and then this column is going to show me plan versus actuals. So it's the delta between what we thought was going to happen and what actually happened. So I can see here that this project worked a little bit less, and the Chicago Expo experience, there were a few hours more on that project than we expected. Now the utilization reports are another report type in 10,000 Feet. And this utilization report shows all the hours staffed for each department or team member, and I can change the time frame. Instead of looking at last month, I want to look at the next 90 days. I want to look at the next 90 days and then look at this by discipline. And the intent of this report is I'm able to forecast, if I look into the future for the next 90 days, how busy is my team and where are there opportunities to either staff more people on those departments, or where can I highlight, you'll notice here this technology team is 126% utilized. If that's going to be a problem, I need to be able to go in and figure out what work could be unloaded or pushed out in order to accommodate that team. When you know what people are actually, when you know that people are updating information in a timely way, and you have the confidence that the data is accurate, you feel more comfortable making strategic decisions based on what you're seeing. And 10,000 feet reporting really helps you harness the people and the project information from across the business, so you can really start to visualize that complex data and understand where the opportunities lie. This helps you spot trends, and you can understand performance, and ultimately you can plan for growth. 10,000 feet brings a powerful suite of capabilities to the Smartsheet product family. Everything in 10,000 feet is anchored around two key components, people and projects, so you can really build the best team for the job. Smartsheet empowers those teams to move from idea to impact fast. Partnered together, Smartsheet and 10,000 feet create a robust platform that enables your entire organization to work smarter and make better decisions faster. Thank you.